Hey, Sarah, since the whole family is here, let's have some premium steak. Oh, but none for the low-class duo. You're not really a part of our family anyway.
You can't be serious about this. We drove 3 hours to be here for this family gathering.
Distance doesn't make you family. Real family understands proper etiquette.
Really? You're doing this again? We're hurt by this. Your granddaughter is crying.
She needs to learn her place early. Better now than later.
She's 13, Karen. This is a family gathering, not some exclusive country club.
I'm the one who should be crying. My elite son got trapped by someone like you.
Is that what you really think happened? Tom and I met at university. We dated for 3 years before marriage.
Yes, while you were working that pathetic part-time job at the library. Probably planned it all from the start.
I was a graduate teaching assistant, working my way through my master's degree.
Oh, please. You think having a degree makes you worthy?
Then why did you approve of the marriage? A bit late to be saying all this now.
I thought you might have some hidden quality. Some redeeming features. But clearly I was wrong. I couldn't see your true nature back then. To think you were from such a low-class background. This is ridiculous. Tom is such an idiot. Getting seduced by someone like you.
We fell in love naturally. You attended our wedding. You even gave a speech about welcoming me to the family.
That was before I knew everything. Before I found out about your mother's job.
My mother is a high school teacher. She's educated generations of students. What's wrong with that?
A teacher, please. Barely a step above being a street sweeper.
If he's happy, isn't that what matters? Tom loves his job as a professor, just like my mother loves teaching.
That's such a low-class thing to say. You need to understand that our family lineage is elite. We're chosen ones, with only distinguished people in our ancestry.
What exactly makes someone distinguished in your eyes? Money? Title?
Everything. Breeding, education, connections, things you clearly know nothing about.
Only distinguished people? That's quite a claim.
Don't you dare question our heritage. Your family probably can't even trace back 3 generations.
Actually, we can trace our family back to the 1700s. My grandfather was a historian.
Our prestigious lineage is being ruined by someone whose ancestors were probably all thieves. My late husband must be crying in heaven.
We were never thieves. Well, maybe 1 or 2 in the distant past. Every family has its stories.
Don't you dare compare your family to ours. Even one is enough to ruin everything. That's when a family line becomes worthless.
That's quite a bold statement. Should we judge everyone by their ancestors' actions?
Of course we should. Blood tells all. Look at how you behave, proving my point exactly.
How am I proving your point? By attending a family gathering? By trying to maintain peace?
By arguing with your betters. By not knowing your place.
And what exactly is my place? As your son's wife? As Emily's mother?
It's like a rotten apple. That's just how society works. Low-class people like you wouldn't understand the taste of premium steak anyway. So why don't you beg for some side dishes? Make sure to bow properly when you ask.
This is getting ridiculous. Emily and I didn't come here to be humiliated.
Yet here you are, humiliating yourself, just by existing.
We would never do that. Emily and I have protein supplements. We'll just have those. We came prepared knowing how you can be.
Prepared? How insulting! Bringing your own food to my gathering? How dare you!
Given our history, it seemed prudent. This isn't the first time you've tried to exclude us.
What's the point of low-class people taking supplements? Trying to appear sophisticated? It's laughable.
To stay healthy, obviously. Something everyone should care about.
Health advice from someone like you? Next, you'll be giving me financial advice.
I'm a certified financial advisor, actually. But you knew that.
Whatever. Just keep your cheap supplements and cheaper advice.
We'll eat somewhere else less conspicuous, away from your judgmental stares.
Good. Don't come back. You don't belong at this family gathering. You must realize that yourself. Take your protein powders and go.
Yes, there certainly seems to be someone who doesn't belong here. We'll take our leave for now. Emily doesn't need to witness this.
Oh, trying to play the good mother now? I'll make up some excuse for Tom. Just take that weird vehicle of yours and go.
Weird vehicle? That's my compact car. What's your problem with it?
You call that economical disaster a car? Where's your driver? Don't tell me you actually drive yourself.
Of course I drive myself, like most normal people do.
Oh my. First time seeing one in person. What a pathetic vehicle. Must be embarrassing.
You've never seen a compact car in person? How is that even possible? Do you never leave your mansion?
Someone like you couldn't possibly imagine my lifestyle. Don't even try to understand it. Now get on that tricycle or whatever and leave.
It has 4 wheels, actually, and excellent gas mileage. Unlike your gas-guzzling luxury car.
How dare you criticize my car? At least mine doesn't look like a toy. What? We're leaving? Mom, aren't you mad about this?
It's fine. We're just leaving for now. I'm not planning to let this slide, but this isn't the right time or place.
But she's being horrible. She does this every time.
I know, sweetie, but we need to be strategic about this.
At least say something back. Dad's too scared to speak up. He's just sitting there.
I have a better idea. There's something she needs to learn. I know just how to do it. Trust me on this.
What? Are you planning to kidnap her or something? Mom, please don't do anything illegal. Your face has that look.
What kind of person do you think I am? I would never commit a crime. Violence is shameful above all else. I have something else in mind.
You're acting suspicious. That's your planning face.
What? You were the one talking about getting revenge a minute ago. Besides, I'm perfectly calm.
No, I just meant we should say something back. I said that because I was worried you might do something extreme. You get that look sometimes.
Listen here, you might think I'm like an unleashed dog, but I'm much more mature than you. I have a plan. A legal one.
True, but I don't want you doing anything crazy. We should just tell Dad what happened.
Oh, we will. But there's more to this than just today. Much more.
Mom, you're starting to scare me. That smile isn't helping.
Don't worry, everything will be fine. We just need to make a few phone calls.
Why do I feel like this is going to get complicated? Can't we just go home?
Sometimes, Emily, you have to stand up for yourself. Your grandmother needs to learn a lesson. A permanent one.
Now you really sound like a villain. Please don't make this worse.
Trust your mother. I know exactly what I'm doing. And it's all going to be perfectly legal. I'm going to do something a bit wild, and you're going to help me. It's time we dealt with this properly.
No, I'm not helping with revenge. I saw that look in your eye back there.
This isn't revenge, it's justice. There's a difference.
Mom, you're starting to sound like a supervillain. What exactly are you planning?
Remember how your father mentioned those old family records? The ones Karen is so proud of?
Yeah, the ones she keeps bragging about. What about them?
Well, I've been doing some research and I found some interesting things.
Mom, no. Whatever you're thinking, no.
Just hear me out. Your grandmother isn't as distinguished as she claims.
Can't we just let this go? Let's talk this out today and settle things properly.
15 years, Emily. 15 years I've tried to talk things out. She called me low class at my own wedding.
I remember. But still.
She made you eat in the kitchen at Christmas, called you a mixed breed child.
That was years ago. I'm over it.
Are you really? Because I'm not. No mother should watch her child be treated that way.
What about Dad? Have you told him about today?
Your father knows who his mother is. He just lacks the courage to stand up to her.
Maybe he has his reasons. Maybe we should respect that.
His reason is fear. Pure and simple. She's controlled him with money his whole life.
What do you mean? I thought Dad was successful.
He is, but there's something you don't know. About the monthly payments.
What monthly payments? Are we paying Grandma?
Yes, a significant amount. She demanded it after your grandfather passed.
But why? She lives in that huge house. She always talks about her wealth.
It's all a facade. Your grandfather left everything to her, but she's terrible with money.
So we've been supporting her? All this time?
Yes. While she treats us like garbage, while she excludes us from family events.
That's messed up. But still, don't make me help with revenge.
Not revenge. Think of it as family history research.
That sounds suspiciously specific. What kind of research?
I need help accessing some records. Public records. Nothing illegal.
Mom, you're scaring me. Can't we just enjoy our protein shakes and go home?
You came from me. Do as I say. This is important.
Don't give me that. What's with that attitude? We are past the age of blind obedience.
You're right. I'm sorry. Let me explain properly.
I'm listening, but I'm still suspicious.
Remember your school project? The genealogy one?
The one about family trees? From last semester?
Yes. You still have access to that database? The historical records one.
Mom, that's for academic research, not revenge plots.
It's for academic research. Very academic. Just about our own family.
You mean Grandma's family. Don't pretend this is innocent.
Everything I find will be true. Public record. How is that revenge?
It's how you plan to use it. I know that look.
What if I told you that your grandmother's family isn't as pure as she claims?
What do you mean? What did you find?
Nothing yet, but I have a hunch. Based on some old newspaper clippings.
This feels wrong. Like we're stooping to her level.
Is it wrong to uncover the truth? To expose hypocrisy? To stand up for ourselves?
When you put it that way. But still, it feels mean.
Meaner than what she does? Meaner than making you cry? Meaner than humiliating us at every chance?
Two wrongs don't make a right. Isn't that what you always say?
Sometimes, the right thing requires uncomfortable actions.
Now you sound like a fortune cookie. A vengeful fortune cookie.
Fine, we'll talk more in the car. I'm already there. Take your time.
You're being suspiciously patient. Usually you're honking by now.
I'm drafting an email to the Historical Society. Very important research.
Mom, please tell me you're not.
Just gathering information. Knowledge is power. Your grandmother taught me that.
By being horrible to us? That's your justification?
By showing me that some people only understand one language, the language of consequences.
Okay, let me grab my stuff. But I'm still not sure about this.
We need to talk with Tom too. Your father needs to know everything.
Are you sure? Dad gets anxious about these things.
He needs to make a choice. It's time he stood up to her. For all of us.
He loves you, you know. He's just scared of her. Always has been.
I know, that's why this needs to happen. He needs to break free.
Break free? From his own mother?
From her control. From her manipulation. From her money.
The monthly payments? Is that what this is about?
Partly, but it's more than that. It's about respect.
What if this makes everything worse? What if she retaliates?
What could she do? Treat us worse than she already does? Make us eat in the garden next time?
Mom, your sarcasm isn't helping. This is serious.
I am being serious. Dead serious. Get in the car.
Fine. But promise me something.
What? That I won't go too far?
No. Promise me you'll tell me the whole plan. No secrets.
Deal. You deserve to know everything after what she's put you through.
And Dad? Will you tell him everything too?
Everything. It's time for the whole family to face the truth.
Including Grandma's family history? Whatever you find?
Especially that. She's built her whole identity on a foundation of lies.
How do you know? If you haven't found anything yet.
Call it intuition. Call it experience. Call it 15 years of watching her lie.
I'm in the car. Tell me everything.
Starting with those newspaper clippings.
Hey, what are you doing at my house? Standing there like you own the place.
Hello, Karen. We need to talk. It's important.
I told you I have nothing to say to outsiders. Leave my property immediately. Before I call security.
Your security company canceled last month due to unpaid bills. Interesting, isn't it?
How dare you? How do you know about that? Have you been spying on me?
I'm a financial advisor, remember? I notice things like bounced checks.
Stop making me repeat myself. You're not worthy of stepping into this house. Leave. Now.
I'm stopping the monthly allowance starting today. All of it.
What? What are you talking about? You can't do that.
Actually, I can. Half that money comes from my income. My low-class earnings.
You wouldn't dare. Tom would never allow it. He knows his duty to family.
You get a monthly allowance from us, right? But since we're outsiders, we'll stop sending it. Seems fair, doesn't it?
This is blackmail. You're trying to manipulate my son. This is exactly what I warned him about.
It's not blackmail, it's consequences. Something you seem unfamiliar with.
Ha! Go ahead. Did you really come all this way just to say that? How presumptuous.
No, I came to give you a chance to apologize, to change.
Apologize? Me? To you?
Yes, for 15 years of abuse, for treating your granddaughter like dirt. Besides, won't my mother-in-law be in trouble without the allowance?
Think carefully about what you're doing. Very carefully.
Listen, we come from a wealthy background. We can live fine without sending allowances. And besides, this is Tom's decision to make. He agrees.
Tom would never. You've poisoned his mind. My son knows his place.
His place? As your personal ATM, is that what you mean? Until now, Tom and I have been sharing the cost of your allowance. So I do have a say in this decision, and we both agreed to stop the payments. It ends today.
You both? No. You're lying.
Check your phone. Tom sent you a message. Read it.
Ugh, Tom is so easily influenced. I'll just have to convince him myself again. Like I always do.
Not this time. He's done. We're all done.
Now leave and never come near this house again. This discussion is over. I'll handle Tom myself.
No, the allowance is definitely stopping. Tom and I have already directed the bank. It's done.
You're so annoying. Tom would never betray his family like this. Never!
But you can live fine without the allowance, right? All that family wealth, all that prestigious lineage.
This isn't about money. It's about respect. It's only natural for successful children to support their parents.
Support or subsidize your lifestyle. There's a difference.
After all the money spent raising him, showing gratitude is just common sense. Do you know how much his education cost? His private schools?
Yes, I do. $287,000. We've paid you back triple that amount.
That's not the point. A child's duty never ends. You wouldn't understand.
Tom said he's cutting ties with his family. With you specifically. Completely.
What? What nonsense are you spouting? Tom would never say such a thing. Never!
It's true. We discussed it and decided together. Last night, actually.
That's impossible. Not Tom. You're just making this up. You must be.
If you don't believe me, ask him yourself. He's here today in the car.
Huh? Tom is here? My Tom?
Though he didn't have the courage to tell you directly, that's why I came instead. To pave the way.
Tom! Tom! Come out here! Face your mother!
He'll come in when he's ready, on his terms, not yours. But you're right, he should say it himself. Oh, let me go get him. He needs to do this.
What have you been filling my son's head with? What lies have you told? What poison have you spread?
No lies, only the truth. The truth you've been hiding.
He would never turn against me. It's impossible. It's against nature.
Well, this is Tom's decision. His choice, his freedom.
It can't be Tom's decision. My son would never betray me. His life's goal is to repay me for everything I've done. Everything.
What kind of massive parental ego is that? Do you even hear yourself? Your son is 50 years old.
Age doesn't matter. He's still my son. My flesh and blood.
He's also his own person, with his own family, his own life.
You did this. You turned him against me. You poisoned his mind.
No, Karen, you did this all by yourself.
I gave him everything. Everything. How dare he turn on me?
You gave him anxiety, depression, fear of his own mother.
Those are lies. My son loves me. He's grateful.
He's terrified of you. Has been since childhood. We're ending that today.
I'll never forgive this. Never. Do you hear me?
We don't need your forgiveness. We need peace, freedom from your control.
Get out. Get out of my house. Both of you.
We're leaving. But first, Emily has something to say. Don't you, Emily?
Your claim about a perfect lineage seems to have some errors. Significant ones.
Ah. Who are you to suddenly jump in? This is between me and your mother.
Actually, it's about family. All of us. Including those ancestors you're so proud of.
You're just a child. You know nothing about lineage, about history.
I know more than you think. Remember my genealogy project? The one you refused to help with?
So you're in on this too. Trying to steal Tom from me, aren't you? But it won't work. Tom will never betray me.
That's not what I'm talking about. I've discovered some inconsistencies in your claims. Would you like to hear them?
Inconsistencies? Don't talk nonsense. Low-class people like you challenging me is pointless. You don't understand our history.
Low class? You're talking about family lineage, right? Let's discuss that in detail.
Of course. My lineage only produces distinguished individuals, while your family is nothing but thieves. Every single one of you.
Actually, let's talk about thieves. It's an interesting topic, especially in your family.
How dare you! My family has never had a single criminal. Not one.
I've researched your family history, Mrs. Karen. With Tom's help, actually. He was very interested in the results.
What? Researched my family? You had no right.
Public records are public. Anyone can access them, including newspaper archives.
You're bluffing. There's nothing to find. Nothing.
Yes, and I found some interesting things. First, you claimed your family only produced distinguished people, right? Shall we fact-check that?
Yes, and? What about it? They're all successful.
Indeed, there were some notable people. Especially James, right? He was a renowned poet in the 1800s.
Everyone knows about him. His work is even in textbooks now. He brought honor to our name.
He was certainly an important figure in American literature. However, his grandson was arrested for stealing bread. Multiple times, actually.
What? Bread thief? You're making this up.
Yes, he was caught stealing from his neighbor's bakery. Mrs. Karen, how do you explain this? I thought you said your family only produced distinguished people.
Wait, hold on. I've never heard about any bread thief. You're making this up. You must be.
Actually, I have proof. I'll send you the PDF with the family tree and documentation, including the court records.
This is true. I didn't know about him. But one mistake means nothing.
Mrs. Karen, after calling us thieves so many times, it turns out there was a thief in your own family tree. And not just any thief, a repeat offender.
Well, but it was just bread stealing. It must have been some special $1 million artisan bread, not common theft.
What kind of logic is that? Theft is theft, whether it's bread or diamonds.
Don't you understand? Our family doesn't produce petty thieves like yours. This must have been some extremely valuable bread, worth millions, I'm sure.
Whether the bread was worth millions or pennies, a thief is a thief, isn't it? That's what you always say. Your words, not mine.
Don't compare our refined thieves to your common criminals. There's a huge difference. Class matters.
First of all, we don't even know if we have any thieves in our family, but either way, your argument has been proven wrong. Completely wrong.
So what? This doesn't change the fact that we're a prestigious family. One little thief doesn't mean anything.
But didn't you say it was like a rotten apple? That one bad apple ruins everything? Those were your exact words, weren't they?
Well, yes. But that's for worthless families like yours. Our family is full of exceptional people who don't follow the crowd. One rotten apple doesn't matter for us.
Ah, I see. But who said there was only one rotten apple? Take a look at this. There's more.
What's this? More lies? More fabrications?
This is your great-grandfather. Car thief, it seems. Served time in prison. 3 years.
My great-grandfather? Impossible! He was a businessman.
Yes, he was in the car business. Stealing them. And your great-grandmother helped. And your great-grandmother was his accomplice. A matching pair of car thieves who got married. How romantic. Like a criminal Bonnie and Clyde.
That's impossible. There's no way our family had a pair of car thieves. You're making this up.
But here's the proof. Feel free to verify it yourself. These are undeniable facts. Published in multiple newspapers.
No, this can't be right. This is wrong. It's all lies. This is impossible. You forged these documents.
It's all true. Please accept it. There are already 3 thieves in your family line. And counting. And actually, there's a total of 7. Would you like to know about the others?
7? No. Stop. I don't want to hear more.
Yes, 7 thieves total. I'll send you the complete list of thieves later, with all the documentation.
Well then, so what if there were 3 thieves? I mean, your family must have even more. You're still beneath us.
Yes, we did have thieves in our line, though not quite 7, and we found some other criminals too. We never denied it.
See? You can't judge me either. You're just as bad.
Exactly, that's the point. Nobody can judge others based on family history. You've been attacking me and my mom over family lineage, something that hardly matters. But look what we found when we dug deeper. We're all the same. Human. Flawed. What matters is who we are now. And right now, Mrs. Karen, you're being horrible. Your personality is just awful. No wonder Dad wants to cut ties.
Wait, is Tom really serious about cutting ties with me? He wouldn't dare.
Yes, he's wanted to for a long time. He was just too timid to say it. Until now.
So the allowance too. He'll really stop everything?
By the way, other relatives were disgusted when you wouldn't serve us steak and made us leave. They all saw your true nature. Finally.
I don't care about other relatives. But I can't lose Tom. What about my allowance? I need it.
That's Dad's decision. Besides, you can live without the allowance, right? All that family wealth?
Well, that's... Things are complicated. The economy...
Oh, seems like you can't live without the allowance after all. How interesting.
I can survive, but my standard of living will definitely drop. Tom wouldn't want that. He loves his mother.
Dad clearly stated he wants to cut ties with you. He must have told you directly by now. Check your phone again.
No, this isn't right. No, I don't want to be alone. Please.
You'll have to live on your own power now. Oh, and don't turn to theft if you struggle financially. Especially don't steal bread when you get hungry. It runs in the family, after all.
Afterward, Karen was ostracized by other relatives and ended up living alone. She still lives in the mansion left by her late husband, but with no income, she can barely make ends meet. One wonders if she's still sitting alone in that huge empty house, going on about family lineage. We hope she reflects and changes her ways. Sarah is enjoying newlywed life with Tom. Though Tom used to be weak and unreliable, this incident motivated him to change. Sarah actually enjoys having the upper hand in their relationship now, and they seem to be doing well together. We hope they continue living happily, being true to themselves without worrying about family lineage or social status.